What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all so much. Hope you're having a great week so far. And please check out my school if you have not enrolled. We do have class 2 on Friday. We saturated the planets on last week's class, and then we're going to kind of go into more about the archetypes, the houses. It's going to start getting, it's about to get going. So it's going to be a long class. Looking forward to it, and I hope to see everybody in there that is enrolled. And if you're not, it's not too late. It's not too late. All right, let's take a look at the horoscope for this Wednesday. It is Sun Sirius Day. Maybe it's time to get real serious. Sirius, of course, is the dog star. It is actually the binary star of our sun, so there is a strong tie to this energy. And of course, it does bring up like summer energy too, like the dog days of summer and coming into Leo. So we're starting to really, see this foundation in our life and what we're getting serious about and letting our emotions be felt, because there's vulnerabilities to those emotions with the square to Chiron. But there's also these big, things that we're unlocking within our identities right now that's very powerful, very potent, and we're getting a good job. Well, not a good job, but we're getting this good aspect with Mars in Taurus, even though it is, hurting a little bit, -10 in Taurus, in detriment. But it is having us kind of slow down and see where, we want to smell the roses in life and what we really want to put our effort and our energy into and, make sure that things are really a high quality. It did make that ingress with the sextile over to Mercury. That's finishing up, but I think we're still realizing that when we have powerful communication right now and we are vulnerable with our emotions, we're starting to see more of where things are actually meant to go that have more of a stable foundation. Uranus is getting really close to 18 degrees, where it's going to meet with the North Node and Mars by the end of this month. So, what is that, July 31st? August 1st? Like, that's a big deal that we're all moving towards, and it's definitely shifting a lot of our values that we identify with and really having to look for what top shelf quality is in our life. And I think with Venus here at 16 degrees as well in Gemini, it's making that sextile over to Chiron, so it's kind of backing up the sun here in that square that's building. But it's like it is the relationships where you're able to be independent and kind of like upfront and real with how you're feeling, that things are going to have more of a twin-like energy. Things are going to have more of an understanding. Like, I think we're definitely trying to understand these deeper layers of ourself. And even Chiron at 16 degrees, like, wow, we haven't seen that in a very long time, 51 years. So we're already at this place of like starting to really unlock this great potential within ourselves, but there's definitely vulnerabilities about using that empowering force to go after better things, to take different paths, different trails. Like, a lot of life right now is about a great liberation. So you really want to take your personal life and, shine a light on it with the sun in Cancer and be like, am I liberating myself for what I really want to have a foundation for right now? And the relationships, and do they, make sense? And is there good communication? And am I going for better things in life? Like, these are important things as we're living right now, is like really going after the manifestations of life that you want to identify with. And of course, it's a big deal with relationships because the moon's in Libra now. So, hey, what's going on, other person? Trying to find that beauty and balance and dealing with other people. And I think we can get, pretty emotionally tied to who we are relating to and with right now in life. But that moon's heavily aspected. It's opposing Jupiter. It's going to finish off opposing Chiron. And I think that we have these big stories and a lot of wisdom that we've unlocked within ourselves, and like really finding the middle ground and like being honest and like truthful and being the judge in your life if like this is going to work or not. And I think the information's there with Venus at 16 degrees, sextile Chiron, and even the moon making the good aspect to finish off the day with the trine over to Venus is a big deal, like about understanding your partnerships in life, your relationship to how you're feeling, and do things actually make sense? And if they don't make sense, I think it's okay to like actually drop the gamble and justify what does make sense. And especially going into, what you value, there is going to be also that when we close off the night, that quincunx to Uranus in Taurus, so, trying to liberate ourselves and get back to our self-worth, but there's definitely a lot going on with like, are the people in our environment with Venus even too in Gemini? Are the people fitting this foundation as well? And we're going to see the moon square the sun today for that first quarter square coming off that new moon in Cancer. There's just a lot of moving parts to building a beautiful foundation in your life right now, and building relationships that are solid and, actually nurturing on deeper vulnerable levels. But we're also seeing where we're at odds of like feeling different than another person feels, and like having to be okay with, the extremes of these spectrums in life. Like, not everybody's going to feel the same way you want. Not everybody's going to want the same foundation. Not everybody's going to want the same environment, the same home life. But finding, that energy that does, I think, is very important. And understanding our emotions and being able to express those. Very key today to, I think, having an enjoyable day, having an enjoyable time. But, this is a big time of like realizing how beautiful your story can be if you're willing to really focus in on your life and what you're doing, but also make sure that it's reflected, well, with like a solid truth to the people that are in your life as well, and what that looks like. And are you willing to have vulnerable conversations? Because there is like this pretty big T-square energy to Chiron today with the sun and the moon, of like really having to identify with these feelings, but also kind of in our head about feelings. And it's like it's sensitive. So dealing with sensitive places to get the truth and to get things moving forward and to get, something going in the direction that is actually bringing more balance and alignment into our personal lives is very key. The Chiron is shaped like a key. Yes, it is. See what the cards are for today. We got the Four of Coins upright. I think that it's very important to look at like legit value in your life right now, and to also know that you're worth a lot of good things in life, and that you shouldn't have to feel obligated to move forward with things that you don't really want to hold on to. Like, this is a great time of realizing you can let go of what isn't the best, and you can really hold on to what's the best. And, it might be things that are different. Like, they're odd routes right now. It's not like the stuff we thought 3 years ago is necessarily the thing that's moving forward with value these days. Like, it's just a different world. So I think it's finding, what really you're trying to put, that energy into, that can be, held onto, but it still has like room to grow, and how you can like focus on that. Justice, definitely a day to find justice in life. It can feel like we're fighting off devils and we have angels with us, and, where's the middle ground here? I think that it's about, seeing both sides of energy right now, with yourself and with others, and making sure that you are initiating something that's, really powerful, that you want to keep growing in your life, and that you want to keep building, and that you want to keep, exploring. These are very important times, so that you can kind of have things weighed out in a just manner for yourself. But having to, use those scales. The Magician reversed. I think that the magic is on the other end of like knowing your value and justifying what that is, and like being the judge for it. And I guess if you're really going to put all your weight on what other people want you to do right now, then you're straying from where your magic is within you. And it's just like, get into what you're really feeling, and those sensitive spots about what is your truth and what is going to alchemize your life, and pay close attention to those, and don't be swayed elsewhere. It's like, if you think the magic's going to show up from just someone else, are you missing out on something that you should be paying more attention to and holding on to tighter, because you're holding on loosely to that and letting someone else kind of hold on tight? Like, I don't know, there's a little bit of a pull today of like, need to be selfish, for your better life, and then having like, oh, but am I going to, disturb the peace in life? Sometimes we have to disturb the peace to shake things up and get our life moving, which is really just going to show up with more magic. But it's like, it's, there's a lot of magic out there. It's just going to find it. And I think, realizing that we do have to slow down and really grab a hold of what we really want. And it's not about the impulsive, just try this move anymore. It's definitely, a more thought out, methodical process that I think is much more felt and, especially physically, what's your body telling you, and being able to speak up for that. All right. Well, I love you all very much. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you all for Thursday's horoscope tomorrow. Much love. Peace.